walks out. So I'm like, hey, man, I'll take you in the back and make you cry, like make you scream, dude. Like, what are you talking about? But if I make it, we even. So I'm like, oh, all right. So I shoot. I make it. Boom. He shot. He missed. Bam. I said, so you got me 100? And he was like, bet. I'm like, all right. So I shot. I make it. He shot. He make it. So I'm like, you still owe me 100?
Yeah.
And so he like, no, we even. I'm like, I start laughing. I'm like, dude, you know.
Terence Crawford took another shot at Floyd Mayweather during a live interview, calling him a clout chaser and saying a fight with him would be easy money. This came after Mayweather tried to stir up a potential matchup through recent tweets. Crawford said Floyd is broke and mocking his biggest win just to chase another payday to fund his flashy lifestyle. He added that he's not interested in quick money grabs and that anyone watching Floyd now can see he's well past his prime.
It's Floyd you would have though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great, but you
Floyd, yeah, because
Crawford also said Floyd is hard to like and has been trying to steal the spotlight from him ever since his big win over Canelo. He added that Floyd isn't a good role model for fighters, saying his life outside the ring isn't something younger boxers should try to copy. This all comes right after Crawford's huge victory over Canelo Alvarez, which made him the undisputed super middleweight champion. While new challengers have already stepped forward, Crawford isn't interested in facing any of them. Meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather, a Hall of Famer and 5-division world champion, has been pushing to fight Crawford, the 3-division undisputed king, as he looks for a way back into the ring.
Just come over there and like bet 100. I'm like, what? He like bet 100. Bet 100 on what? He like shot for shot, bet 100. So I'm like, so I make it, you give me a
play the part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course. Of course he is.
What do you want?
Floyd stayed quiet about the fight and didn't show any support for Terence "Bud" Crawford beforehand. It was only after Crawford's victory that Floyd posted his betting slip and showed off the money he won, something he could have done before the fight. Then, when it came time to call Crawford out, Floyd turned to social media once again. Crawford fired back, calling him crazy and drunk.
He beat Floyd though, like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
Ilia Topuria could knock out Bud Crawford on first contact. Is there any truth to it? Why is it always the MMA guys gotta go box? It doesn't sell. James Toney and the UFC lost a whole bunch of money with it. If Ilia Topuria really could beat up Terence Crawford, why didn't he go into boxing? Ilia is our champion. After seeing Conor, who could not make an amateur of—
This all followed another moment from Saturday night, the night of the fight. Ilia Topuria wasn't happy that Crawford entered the ring to Canción del Mariachi from the movie Desperado, the same song Topuria uses for his UFC walkouts. During the post-fight press conference, Crawford brushed off the comparison, but the UFC lightweight champion didn't take it lightly. He fired back on social media, saying, "He calls me drunk first, then walks out to my song." In a post on X, Topuria challenged him, saying, "Crawford, I'll teach you how to dance that mariachi in the ring whenever you want. And Canelo, you're next after him."
I looked at it. He came out in the southpaw stance and he took Canelo's jab away from him. As you know, if you take a fighter's jab away from them, then it's hard for them to really land. You force them to use one shot. And he forced them to use his backhand, his rear hand. Crawford was ready for the loop in the right hands. Crawford was ready for the body shot.
Out and performed tonight. I got Mexicans and Latinos on my side as well, so.
Did you know Ilia Topuria walks out to that song in the UFC?
You said what?
Ilia Topuria walks out to that song in the UFC.
Did he? Oh, good.
Crawford completely brushed off Topuria's recent callouts, labeling him a clout chaser who isn't even on Conor McGregor's level. During an interview on the Ariel Helwani show on Monday, Crawford said, "I definitely think he's trying to clout chase. He'd probably get in the ring with me just for the paycheck. That's what we all do. But honestly, I don't know what he's doing or what he means. There's really nothing to talk about." He added that he's never even seen Topuria fight and questioned why the UFC champion didn't say anything when they met at the UFC Performance Institute in Las Vegas a few months back. "He walked up to me and said, 'What's up?' Crawford said. It was funny. I had no idea who he was."
It works every time, and Ilia went crazy. Ilia's just, you don't know who I was. I met you at this. When Ilia responds with truth, when he brings the receipts and the facts, that's what you do.
Crawford said he later looked up Topuria online and saw him claiming he'd knock him out in the first round, among other things. If he really wanted to fight me, he could have just said, "Hey man, I want to fight you. What's up?" That's not real, Crawford said. While crossover fights between boxing and MMA have made big money in the past, Crawford made it clear he sees no value in facing El Matador. He dismissed any comparison to the 2017 blockbuster between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Conor McGregor. How much money would I even make fighting him? Crawford asked. He's nowhere near Conor McGregor's level. Let's be real, don't even mention him in the same breath as Conor. I don't know this guy. Like I said, I've never even seen him fight. And I watch a lot of MMA. I might have missed something, but I've never seen him before.
Is that guy? He's not on my level. He's not on Conor McGregor's level. What the hell is going on? I mean, come on, let's be honest. Jake Paul's fighting Gervonta Davis. If that can happen, or him fighting Mike Tyson, if there's a world that we live in where that can go down and get watched by millions of people.
Crawford admitted he might be wrong about Topuria, saying, maybe he can fight, I'm not sure. I've just never seen him in action. I've watched Conor McGregor plenty of times, but don't ever compare the two, they're not the same. The UFC star didn't stay quiet for long. Topuria fired back with a bold prediction about how their dream fight would go. You say you watch MMA, but you don't even know who I am? Interesting, he wrote on X. When we met, you wished me luck for my fight that week. You don't remember anything, and soon your chin won't either. I'll represent the entire MMA community, a 145-pound fighter going up against a pound-for-pound boxing king.
He's always willing to risk it. Ilya, I believe, is willing to risk it. Ilya versus Crawford. Am I wasting my time talking to you guys about that? Maybe not. There's not yet something here, but there's not nothing here.
Shakur Stevenson, a fellow boxer, made a surprising claim that Terence Crawford could be the first boxer to defeat an MMA fighter in his own sport. During his appearance on the Ariel Helwani show, Stevenson's comments caught everyone's attention when he said he believes Crawford could beat Ilia Topuria inside the octagon. He explained that Crawford's wrestling background from his younger years in Nebraska gives him the grappling skills needed to hold his own in mixed martial arts.
I think Bud Crawford is just different. In a boxing ring with him, bro, you're not gonna last more than one round, I don't think. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets in the UFC and beat the out of some guys too, because he got a great wrestling back.
That guy seems strange to me. Topuria's smaller than Bud, so I wouldn't rule it out, Stevenson said. I wouldn't be surprised if, on fight night, Bud either knocks him out or even chokes him out. Stevenson boldly suggested that Crawford could actually beat Topuria under MMA rules because of his wrestling background. While it might sound like typical fight talk, his confidence showed he truly believes Crawford's athleticism and wrestling roots could help him succeed in the cage.
Choose that song in particular to walk out to?
Well, you know, it was part of my outfit. The outfit was inspired by the movie Desperado. As you see, I had the guitar and everything, and my great childhood friend, Rosendo Robles, he was the one that, you know, carried the song out.
Terence Crawford had the goddamn audacity to walk out to Ilia Topuria's walkout song. I mean, what on earth is going on? How dare he? That is Ilia Topuria's song, okay? Ilia Topuria took exception to this in a very big way, and now these two are going back and forth. They are talking shit, and Crawford ain't.
UFC 2 Division champion Daniel Cormier, however, doesn't think that's realistic, and he has solid reasons for it. Cormier pointed out that Topuria isn't as big of a star as Conor McGregor, and said that fighters like Mayweather and Tyson Fury only made their bouts with McGregor and Ngannou look competitive for the fans. On his show Good Guy and Bad Guy, Cormier said, Conor did some of the most surprising things I've ever seen in combat sports by lasting as long as he did with Floyd Mayweather. The same goes for Francis Ngannou going the distance with Tyson Fury. Those were incredible moments.
From someone like him.
I just was like, well, you know, it's his personal opinion. He was in the ring with both of us, so a lot of people, you know, they can say what they want, but he's actually been in the ring with both of us. You know, one where he felt like he was at the best.
I thought Tyson Fury would dominate Ngannou the way Anthony Joshua did, but I also believe both Floyd Mayweather and Tyson Fury know how to control a fight. They can make sure their opponent stays in long enough to keep things competitive and entertaining, Cormier said. He added that while Ilia Topuria is mimicking some of Conor McGregor's moves, he doesn't yet have the same star power. Cormier admitted that beating Topuria could benefit Crawford, saying, that's probably what's stopping the fight from happening. But let's be honest, Terence Crawford has been waiting his entire career for big opportunities like this. Could a fight with Ilia Topuria be the next big one?
E-World, Ilia Topuria says that if you guys ever boxed, he would knock you out based on the first punch.
That dude drunk, you know. Hey, you know, a lot of MMA guys, they drink a lot, so he must been on that alcohol that day.
Crawford isn't the type to enter a fight just to play games. He knows how to take jabs, have fun with the media, and sell his name, but what really sells is his skill. Bud can truly fight, and that's what makes him great. Floyd was the same way. Ilia, on the other hand, isn't another Conor. McGregor was one of a kind. His trash talk was next level, entertaining, and unforgettable. Topuria is talented, but he doesn't have Conor's sharp tongue. For a crossover fight like that to happen, both fighters need to bring personality and hype from two different worlds. UFC CEO Dana White has already made it clear that he doesn't want his fighters getting involved in boxing. The only time he made an exception was back in 2017, when he helped organize the Mayweather vs. McGregor fight. Even now, while Dana is learning more about boxing promotion, his stance hasn't changed. He doesn't want his fighters stepping into the sweet science.
And pay kids money to beat her son up. I'm paying y'all real cash money to beat my son, and nobody got the money. I'm betting on that guy.
You betting on that guy?
Big star, UFC, Ilia Topuria, and fight with the #1 boxer right now. If you can do that, why not do that?
We did see Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua.
And you think Topuria can fight with him?
I don't. You asked me straight up, I do not think so, because Crawford is not going to enter a...
Another voice has joined those advising Terence Crawford not to fight Ilia Topuria, a former UFC champion and Hall of Famer. After Crawford's majority decision win over Canelo Alvarez last weekend, talk of a potential matchup between the two grew louder. Crawford made his ring walk to Antonio Banderas' El Mariachi from the movie Desperado at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas during the Netflix-streamed event. It's the same song Topuria uses for his UFC entrances. The Omaha native later explained that his song choice was simply a tribute to Banderas, not a dig at Topuria, but fans on both sides took it as a shot.
I've seen this guy fight, and I watch a lot of MMA.
Hey, guys, Bud is saying that ain't worth his time, but Ilia Topuria in this right now, guys, is winning. He's winning because he has him talking about him. And every time, Terence Crawford speaks Ilia's name, Ilia wins. That's another step closer to getting...
With Crawford having little left to prove in boxing after defeating Canelo Alvarez, talk of a potential super fight has only intensified. As his career nears its final stretch, some believe he might be tempted to face Topuria for a massive payday. In recent years, crossover bouts like Floyd Mayweather vs. Conor McGregor and Tyson Fury vs. Francis Ngannou have blurred the lines between sports. However, former UFC middleweight champion Michael Bisping advised Crawford not to take the fight just for money, warning that doing so could damage his reputation.
It was after Terence Crawford went on the Nelk Boys podcast. Kyle said, who do you think the best boxer in the UFC is? Have you seen Ilia? He goes, oh no, it's easily Cody Garbrandt.
Have you seen Topuria? Have you seen his fights recently?
When asked if Crawford really needed to fight Topuria, Bisping was clear, not at all. He explained, Crawford's already made around $50 million. He's had an incredible career, he's undefeated, and he's 37 years old. He doesn't need to chase money fights. That's not what he should be doing. While discussing the possible matchup, Bisping mentioned that he once turned down a crossover fight with social media star Jake Paul after Paul left MMA. Crawford shouldn't risk his reputation by getting into a fight with Ilia Topuria, he said. For example, I turned down Jake Paul's offer to fight me a few years back. I had a great career. I'd accomplished everything I wanted. There was no reason for me to step in the ring with Jake Paul.
Money.
What money would I get out of fighting him? Tell me how much I'm gonna get out of fighting him.
Floyd made a lot, obviously, to fight Conor.
He's not nowhere near on the level of Conor McGregor. Let's be real. Stop it. Don't ever compare him to Conor. Conor was...
I don't know, man. Cody got them hands.
Obviously, Ilia, that's probably maybe ignited a beef, and Terence Crawford is wrong. Ilia Topuria is the best boxer in the UFC. Does this eventually set up an Ilia into boxing? If Ilia...
Like, you're not going to see a wild part of the fight. Crawford was just going to be too clean, too smooth, too fast, and just keep him at distance the whole time, 36 minutes. They wouldn't even sanction a 12-round fight for Ilia Topuria. He's never...
McGregor fight a lot of times. It's night and day. You know it's night and day. Don't ever try to say they on the same level. What we talking about? What we talking about? We not talking about that. Tell that guy to, Keep up the good work, and it's cool.
But Chael Sonnen thinks Ilia Topuria and Conor McGregor actually share something important: the willingness to take big risks. And that might just open the door to a future fight with Terence Crawford. Anybody will fight Ilia if given the chance, Sonnen said. He's willing to really risk it. That's what made Conor special. A lot of people tried to copy McGregor, but they missed the real point. Conor was always ready to take a chance. Sonnen continued, he'd talk the talk, sell the fight, and then walk the walk. Not many guys are like that. Ilia's got that same energy. He's willing to gamble. Crawford versus Ilia. Is it a long shot? Sure. But impossible? Not at all. That wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss what's coming next. Share your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned. We'll see you in the next one.